Ciao, buonasera, live from Los Angeles. I try to go back and forth from Sicily to Los Angeles as often as I can. And right now I am in beautiful Los Angeles. And today I got to do something that I miss so much. I got to go to a healing fair. We do have small healing fairs in Sicily, but nothing as big as today's. And oh my God, you guys, I found a beautiful tiara made of crystals. I don't know if you can tell because obviously I'm not in my nice office in Sicily where the lighting is great. Here, the lighting is a little off, but these are crystals and it's a tiara. I had to get it. Tiara, crystals, I'm all for it. I was very excited. So here I am with my tiara and my crystals, opening up my third chakra and my crown chakra. Alrighty, beautiful people. So today I wanted to talk about 3 steps to send away the worry monster, to say, poof, be gone, worry monster. Now, I'm talking about this today because I have a very personal story to share that happened recently that I'd love to share with you guys. So, first, I'll share my steps and then I'll go into the story. So, a lot of us, not a lot of us, all of us have fears and worries. And so when we do have these fears and worries, what do we do to calm down that monster that's scaring us, right? The first thing that I do is I ground myself. So this is really important. This is a step that I see that a lot of people are missing. Why? Because a lot of people don't think it's that important, right? And when I think of grounding, there's so many ways to ground. When I think of grounding, I think of first and foremost nature. So the way that I love to ground is going to the sea. In Sicily, I live by the sea, by the beach. You can find me there pretty much every single day. When you can swim, when it's swimming season, I'm always swimming in the sea, or I'm on a boat, or I'm walking by the sea, or I'm, putting my feet on the sand. Even in the winter, even if I can't swim, I'm either walking by the beach or putting my feet in the sand. I love the beach. But nature in general, if you go to a forest, even a park, put your feet on the grass, um, do not underestimate the power of nature, right? It is extremely powerful, and it grounds us in a very powerful way. So that's one of my big tips is definitely be out there in nature. Smell the beautiful ocean if you're by the ocean, the sea, the trees, the plants, the flowers. And so that's one way you can ground. Another way is meditation. And even a lot of people think that you have to do like this powerful 1 hour meditation, 2 hour meditation every single day. I don't even do that. So I would be lying to you if I said, yes, on a daily basis, I do a 1 hour meditation. I deeply admire people who do that. And, you know, I'm working toward that. but, um, but any kind of meditation is better than zero meditation. So even if you just sit quietly for 5 minutes is better than zero. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and just sit quietly and quiet the mind. And also, the other thing about meditation is that people like it, especially when I started meditation, people would stress me out. You can't think anything. You can't have any thoughts. It has to be completely blank. And the truth is, that's great if it works for some people, but for some people it doesn't. The main thing is to not judge yourself. And if in the beginning, the best thing for you to do is just pray and just, be with yourself and just pray and, do your list of what you're grateful for. Again, that is better than nothing, than just letting your mind, go crazy all day long without pausing for a few minutes and just being one with, your mind, body, and soul. So that's another one for grounding. Meditation, huge. Being in nature, huge. exercise. So movement. Again, people think exercise, they think like they have to do Pilates, they have to do something very intense, CrossFit, I don't even know. But any movement is better than zero. So when I go from Italy to Los Angeles, often when I'm here in Los Angeles, so in Italy, it's very, very, very easy for me to be in my routines, especially since I'm mostly in Italy, right? I actually do Pilates, but also if I just walk outside my door, I'm right next to the beach, so it's easy to go swimming, it's easy to go walking because we walk a lot there in Italy. And here in Los Angeles, it's a lot harder for me um, to get into that routine, but I can tell the difference. And again, I'm not an avid, like, I don't like exercise like 3 hours a day or anything like that. So, but even with what I do, I can tell that a huge difference in my body when my body is not moving, when my body is not getting natural vitamin D, which is the sun. Huge difference in my body. I feel much more sluggish. I feel different. And movement is crucial. And a lot of people don't take care of this part, which is such an important part in our daily lives to move. Even if you have to walk. The one thing that I always recommend to my clients is what is it that you love to do, right? So if I say exercise, um, go to the gym every single day and people hate to exercise, they're not going to do it. Or they might start and then they give up a week later, 2 weeks later, even a month later, because they don't really like it. They're not into it. Right. And that type of like, if, especially if people want to exercise to lose weight, you don't see immediate results. So a lot of people just give up. Instead, what if it was something that you love to do? What if you love to hike? If you love to be out in nature, and I could just say, hike, make it a point to hike as much as you can. That's more exciting. What if you always wanted to learn a certain dance? Maybe you're like, I always wanted to learn tango, and you sign up for tango lessons. Or what if I love swimming? So you make it a point to go to the beach. Like I said, I was telling you all the things that I actually really like. I love swimming. I love walking. I love going on hikes. I love being in nature. So that is easy for me to do. If I think I have to go to a gym, let me be honest, it ain't gonna happen. At least not now in my life. Talk to me in a few years. I don't know. But right now, that ain't gonna happen. So whatever it is that's gonna excite you to actually get your body moving, maybe you can have a buddy with you and you guys can go for a nice walk and you say, hey, instead of us talking on the phone or instead of us sitting down at a coffee shop meeting for coffee or even meeting for dinner, let's go kayaking. How about let's do something different? Let's go walking and talk. Let's go do something where we're exercising, moving our body, and talking and catching up. These are just little hacks, but they make such a huge difference. Do not underestimate movement. So that's my first one, grounding. And there's so many different ways, but those are some of my favorite ways to ground our body. Number two, think about, and I would write down, what is working in your life? What are the positive things that are going on in your life right now? And so a lot of times we only focus on the negative, what's going wrong, the things that are stressing us out, the things that we don't have, the things that we want, the problems. We tend to focus on that. And so we tend to not look at all the beautiful things that are working. So this is why it's so important to do a gratitude list when you go to sleep and when you wake up. And often with gratitude lists, if you say, just say 3 things that you're grateful for, 5 things that you're grateful for, you end up saying the same things over and over. Right? I'm grateful for my mom, my dad, I'm grateful for my children, I'm grateful for my husband. You always say the same things, and it sort of becomes this thing where it's like automatic and there's no feeling. And when it comes to anything in your life, the energy, the vibration is the most important, right? So if you're just saying things, but you're not really feeling it, it's not the same as when you're actually feeling and when you're actually feeling truly, truly grateful. And so think about 3 things, even 3 things is fine. 5 things, 10 things would be better, but 3 things is fine that you're grateful for that happened that day, right? And don't think that anything is too small. If you're truly grateful for it, like tonight, I went on a walk with my family. by the water. And again, since movement is a little harder for me here in Los Angeles, I was very grateful. I was grateful to see the beautiful um, the boats and to walk with my family. I was very grateful. So tonight, before I go to sleep, that's one of the things that I'm going to be so grateful for, right? And another thing, I went to the supermarket and I bought groceries. I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful that I can go to the supermarket. I went to Whole Foods. I love Whole Foods. Went to Whole Foods and bought groceries there. And so anything that seems small for us, it might seem small. For somebody else, right? It's not so small. So, and I think about that, right? For me, oh yeah, it's just the grocery store. It's just Whole Foods. No, right? Some people can't go into a grocery store and just get whatever they want. So we have to remember, just everything that we're grateful for and how the little things that seem little to us, for somebody else, it's not so little. So think of all the good things that are going on. Never take them for granted, whether it's your relationship, your mom, your dad, your children, your friends, the fact that you have a house, the fact that you have a job, whatever it is that's working, focus on that and just be grateful and open up your heart chakra and say, I am so grateful. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe, for this. This is working. Whatever you focus on expands. So we don't want to focus on the negative, right? We don't want to focus on the things that are not working. We want to focus on the stuff that is working so we can get more of that goodness into our life. All right, step number 3, self-care. So self-care is, again, something that a lot of my clients forget about, especially the busy spiritual entrepreneurs that I work with. They're like, yeah, I'll get to that later. But no. Get to it now. And so like it is extremely important. Self-care is extremely important and it looks different for everybody, right? But to take time every single day for yourself, to take care of yourself, to nourish yourself. And again, that looks different for everybody. I know some of my clients, for them, self-care is, prepping a delicious hot beverage, healthy hot beverage, and just sitting with a good book and drinking that delicious hot beverage, and with the like on your favorite couch with a book, and just having that moment for yourself, or taking one of my favorite ones. I always talk about this, is taking a hot bubble bath, right? Like, I love bubble baths. My ultimate favorite are massages. I love massages, and I get weekly massages. And for me, it's extremely, extremely crucial to get a massage. It's so good for your mind, body, and soul. And I'm not going to go into all of that, but if you want to do the research on how important it is to get a massage, that's an excellent, excellent form of self-care. Um, and there are so many ways. There are things that, you can do, like see people that you love, that you have so much fun with, that make you laugh. And so you actually book like dates with them, and you say, you know what, like if it's your best friend, like my best friend in my best friend is like more of a sister to me. And I always book as many dates as I can with her because I love her so much, and she feeds my soul. Like, it's just being around her makes me happy. We get each other's jokes, we laugh. She's very supportive. She's very sweet. She's very loving. She's just such a great friend. And so I make sure that I'm around her as much as I can when I'm here in Los Angeles, because she feeds me, right? It's a form of self-care for me to hang out with her and be with her and enjoy her company. So maybe a nice dinner, whatever it is that feels good. Going to this healing fair today was a form of self-care for me, because I got a lot of stuff for my health, like in the healing fairs, they sell all these amazing products for health, right? These health products that are like things that are made out of mushrooms, things that are like for special salts, and like all these amazing things, like these health hacks. And so it was like a definitely a way of self-care, of how I can take care of myself even better, right? And so anything that comes to mind that is self-care, that feels good, that nourishes you, is a form of self-care. And it is important for us to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of ourselves, especially if we're going through a very stressful time. We cannot forget about that. We have to, especially if we're going through a particularly stressful day or stressful time, I should say, then that's when we have to put self-care every single day as a priority to make sure we are taking care of ourselves. So the story that I was going to share was recently we had a very big scare with somebody that is very close to me that I love very, 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 very much. And this person's health was basically doctors were telling me that this person was very, very sick and that there was nothing that they could do and that it was very, very serious. So I'm trying not to give a lot of details away to respect everyone's privacy. But even when I was talking to the doctors, and I would actually say, but this could be nothing, right? And they would look at me like I was Pollyanna, right? They'd be like, yes, I suppose it can be nothing. But just so you know, it most likely is something. So, and I'm talking about at least four different doctors. They all told me the same thing, that pretty much I had to prepare myself for the worst. And there was nothing really that could be done, that this is what we were dealing with. Well, I would lie to you if I said that I didn't have fears or worries or some anxiety over this, because of course I did. But the most important thing is that even when I have the worry and the fear and stuff, I go back to this, and automatically it puts me in a different mood, in a different vibration, in a different energy. And so the first thing that I did whenever I would hear a doctor saying, I'm sorry, absolutely not, we're certain of this, in my head, I would say something along the lines of clear, cancel, delete. Um, my reality is my reality. Our reality, your reality can be your reality. This is my reality. And I choose not to believe that. I choose to believe that no, why not? Miracles happen every single day. Doctors are wrong all the time. And I love doctors. I have a lot of respect for doctors. So this is not to put down doctors at all. I respect doctors a lot, and I'm very grateful to doctors. I'm just saying that doctors are wrong, like everybody, right? And so I would think, okay, that's what you're saying, but that's not necessarily what's happening in this moment. And then I would go back to this. I would go back to, you know, step one, grounding. Step two, what is the truth right now? See, because fear and worry is all about the future, right? It's something that hasn't even happened. That's the part we really have to understand and grasp, is that it hasn't even happened. And we are getting ourselves sick with worry today, and we haven't even crossed that bridge, right? And the truth is, most of the stuff that we worry about never happens. Isn't that something? I don't remember the statistic, but it's pretty large, like 80% or something of the things that we worry about never come about. But meanwhile, we are robbing the present of our health, of being present in the moment, right? Because if we're just worried, how present are we going to be with our loved ones, with our kids, with our partners? If we're just constantly worried about something that hasn't happened and most likely will not happen, right? When I say it, when I say this out loud, I think, oh my gosh, because obviously we all have fears, we all have worries, myself included, right? And so um, during this time, of course, I had all of this, but I would think, okay, but we don't know, right? We don't know this. This isn't a fact yet. Once it becomes a fact, then we can go to step two and be prepared, right? And even if you prepare yourself before, you're not being negative, you're just preparing yourself. So I did do some mental preparation. I was thinking, okay, so if this is the reality, what is step two? Okay, this is step two. This is how we can deal with that. So I also felt more prepared so that I don't go around like Pollyanna, oh, all positive, all fairies, all rainbows, all like I don't do that either. I also think and prepare so that I am prepared and doesn't take me by surprise, right? So I prepared and mentally, and but at the same time, my main thought and my main attitude was definitely, but it could be nothing. And I'm going to hold on to that. Yes, I'm prepared. If something happens, and we'll cross that bridge once we get there, I'm prepared for it, but it could be nothing. And then the self-care. I still took care of myself as best as I could during this time, right? And the main thing that I did was hang out with my best friend. Hang out with my best friend. And that felt really, really, really good. And that nourished me. And of course, I do a lot of reading because I love reading and et cetera, et cetera. So I was trying to take care of myself as well. And guess what? It ended up being nothing. And so the doctors were shocked themselves. And that's a common theme in my life where I am telling people that I think it's going to be a certain way. And they tell me, no, 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 for sure it's going to be this way. And I'm like, oh, I know it's going to be this way. And they're like, okay. Again, Pollyanna. And it ends up being all right. And so, of course, I am thrilled. I am happy. I am grateful. Um, and again, my mindset was hanging on to, okay, but we're not there yet, right? So thank you, little worry monster. Thank you, fear. But let's, right? And so again, and I would have repeated these steps had the results been what the doctors were sure about, right? They were completely positive. And if they would have said, yes, this is what it is, I'm so sorry, I would have, okay, step 1, 2, 3. Let's get grounded. What is working right now? This person hasn't passed away. So what is it that we can do to keep this person healthy? Right? And then step 3, again, lots of self-care for myself to stay strong, to stay positive, to stay nourished, to stay, in a grateful mindset of having that person still by my side, and then just prepare and do everything that was necessary that needed to be done. So I hope this helps. This really, 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 really helped me. Trust me, like I said, I'm not pretending that I don't have fears and I don't have uh, times where I'm extremely worried. This was a very, very trying time. I'm so glad that we've gone past this, but this was it was quite for us, for all of us, for all of us was very, very stressful times. But I would go back to this, and this really, really, really helped me. And I've shared these steps with clients, and they've worked miracles for my clients. So I really hope it helps you guys. And just as a reminder, one of the reasons that I am here in Los Angeles is to lead a beautiful retreat in the gorgeous, 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 gorgeous Ojai. And so I really hope that you join me. We talk about so many beautiful topics such as life purpose, manifesting, law of attraction, how to get rid of worries and fears. And you could follow me here on YouTube and on TikTok and on every social media outlet out there. And if you could please, if you like this, please hit like and subscribe. And then, of course, please share with your family and friends. It really, really, really does make a difference. And I try to make these videos as often as I can. And I pour my heart and soul into them, trying to give you guys the best tips to live your best life. So thank you so much. And then I will put in the information for Ojai in the section below. And so please reach out. And I really hope to see you in Ojai. It's just going to be such an amazing retreat. Ojai is beautiful. If you haven't been, Ojai, California. And it's just a beautiful day of meditation and transformational exercises and a delicious vegan lunch. It's so much fun. I've been leading these since 2008. And it fills me so much. And I'm sure that you will have an amazing, transformative day. Thank you so much and have a beautiful day. Ciao.